What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So today we're taking a look at the brand new Hot Toys 1/6 scale Batman from the Flash movie. This is the Batman modern suit, featuring the legendary Michael Keaton as Batman. Yes, the Batman from 1989, Tim Burton's Batman. If not for this film, we probably would never, ever have seen Michael Keaton don the cowl of Batman ever again. So whether you like this film or not, if you grew up with Michael Keaton as Batman like I did, this movie was a little piece of gold. Now, let me get this out of the box, and while I take this out of the box, if you are new here, thank you so much for stopping by and checking out a Hot Toys figure review with me. Please drop on down and hit that like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I have a handful of Hot Toys figures still to come, and a whole bunch of lightsabers that I think you're gonna enjoy. And if you're a returning viewer and friend of the channel, thanks so much for coming on back. Let's dig on into this unboxing. Holy crap, by the way, I haven't opened this yet, and man, that already looks stunning. Another great picture of Batman there on the back. All right, let me get all of this out on the table here and all set up so we can check it out. All right, this is gonna be a quick first impression right out of the box. Gotta be careful, the cape is all tucked in there. Oh my God. Wow. I'll get you some really nice close-ups with my macro lens in a little bit, but my God, that's fantastic. All right, well, here we go. Everything's out on the table, and there's a good amount of accessories. There's a lot of things to take a look at. So we have all the accessories here. I'm just gonna kind of bring the camera in here because I'm not gonna take these out. If I take these out, I'm in a lot of trouble because I have a feeling I will just drop them, lose them, break them, whatever it is. And I already know that they're going back in the box. So let's bring the camera on in for a close-up and just kind of pan across everything here. All right, so let's check out the accessories here. We do have the Batmobile remote control that we never see him use in the movies because we actually never see him drive the Batmobile. That was one thing I really wanted to see, was the Batmobile on the go through Gotham. But you know what? At least it was there. We had the essence of the Batmobile in the movie, so that was really cool. Then we do have 3 Batarangs, 2 of them without a rope and 1 with a lot of rope there. Of course, we have his grapple gun. We do actually have a canister here that we can see there's a couple more on his belt. I think that is a detonator. Then we have this little flip phone looking thing here. I think that was a device he was trying to, I could be wrong, hack into that machine to open up the door for Supergirl. I have no idea what this is. This actually looks like a mouth plate, but I have no idea what this would be for. And then down over here we have those Batman Chinese stars. Now his grapple gun does come apart into 2 different pieces, and that little device does look like it magnetizes to his right forearm gauntlet. So let's check that out. Not really sure which side is supposed to, oh, there we go. All right, so we do have 3 different swappable mouth plates here. We have this more open mouth one, a very straightforward, plain, neutral mouth, which I think is probably the one I'm gonna go with. And of course, we have this more smirky, I'm Batman kind of face, which is really cool. I don't know, maybe I'll go with that one. We do have 2 more sets of hands, plus he has 2 fist hands on. So here is a really, really cool accessory. You get this little Batman stand, right? And you can take that extra cowl, they give you an extra display cowl to pop right on there, which is really awesome. Now you can display this cowl with Keaton just holding it in his hands with the head sculpt on. I'm a little up and down about the head sculpt because it's beautiful, but like I want the Batman figure out. But to be able to pose the cowl next to him like this, if you wind up using a head sculpt or just him holding this cowl, is really awesome. Now, even if I wind up displaying him without the head sculpt, which I really gonna have to figure that out, I am putting this up. This is awesome. All right, so let's now chat about this base, this little display stand here, because this is beautiful. I absolutely love this. Now, right on the front there, you can see it says Batman Modern Suit. It looks like it has chrome lettering, and this base actually has an LED light in it. Now, right around back, we have the USB-C connection and our power button right next to it. And of course, as always, you will have to supply your own USB-C plug because Hot Toys does not include anything to get this thing working. So let's pop that right on in there. I have that connected to my little power bank. And let's switch this on. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. We have the light coming around the side here. Let me turn these lights off for a second. Woohoo! Look at that. That is awesome. Of course, I have to figure out a way to display it exactly like this. Let me see what Batman looks like on there. Oh, and we need to address this, by the way. They gave us a holder, you know, like a hip hugger, rather than a crotch grabber. I hate these things. I worry that this here is gonna really do a toll on the edges, on the sides, you know, on the hip areas over here. I'm gonna have to see if I could swap that out with something else later. All right, that is epic. Beautiful yellow and black. Stunning. Like everything else over here, I'm gonna have to figure out how to wire this into my display system over here, because I'm running out of room to even plug things in, no less put up more figures. And yeah, there's one last accessory here, and it's huge. So we have that bat, I don't know, what do you want to call this? A bat kite cape or something? No, it is on hinges over here, but do be careful. This is just a piece of plastic, so it will fold down into itself here. Now, these capes, unfortunately, number one, they have wires in them, which is great. I'll show you the other one as well. But they're pleather. This is gonna fall apart. It's not gonna last. Now, it could possibly be safe to say that this might be one of the best head sculpts I think I've ever seen. That is Michael Keaton from the Flash movie, without question. So we've got pretty decent hair sculpt. We actually can see the seam because the back actually comes off, so you can get in there and adjust the eyes. And as he comes around, look at all of the face texture, the paint work. We've got all of these wrinkles and you know, kind of like these jowls coming down of an older Michael Keaton. This is phenomenal. The paint work is incredible. Now, even look down on here into the neck area. It's all just amazing. I mean, all the wrinkle work, all the skin texture, it's all there. I honestly don't think they could have made this head sculpt better if they tried. I think the last one that I saw that was really great was Balin's skull. That one was fantastic as well. But this is just all the way around, all 360 of this head sculpt. And man, I'm telling you, I'm gonna have a really hard time trying to figure out what to actually display. Look at the creases and the wrinkles up and down the side of the neck, around the ears, everything. They did not miss anything. Let me put a little side light on here so you can kind of see a little bit more of the skin texture kind of punch out here, just with the shadows that I can create. It's fantastic. Look around the nose, under the eyes, around the chin. Just beautiful, beautiful sculpting work. Now around back here, like I was saying, you can actually take the back off to adjust the eyes. You can see the seam right there of the two pieces. So you pop that right off, and right in there you can adjust the eyes. Is that not frightening? That's frightening. All right, now as stunning and beautiful as this is, I don't know what the hell is going on here. This whole section here, I hate this whole section. I mean, it looks like he's wearing a bib, and I just really don't dig that. Now, let's swap this bad boy on out to the Batman cowl, because that's really how I'm going to display this. Now, I just wanted to point this out. As I'm swapping out the head sculpt to the cowl here, I noticed that this piece, the one that I really just don't like, that bib, is Velcroed underneath the Bat logo here. So this whole chest plate and arm plates, this is all plastic. So you can see it actually comes up, and right underneath the plate on the actual like vinyl suit here, it Velcros to it. So this whole thing does kind of come up. All right, so inside the cowl comes this little connector over here that you have to kind of pull out and pop onto the body itself. There's a flat side and a round side, so I believe the flat side should go forward and connect into the little joint there. Let's take a look at the three mouthpieces here. So this is the one that came installed. It has that little smirk to it. Not bad. I actually kind of like that one. Maybe I'll wind up using it. I'm gonna do this now because every time you want to take this out, you know, you can't really grab the plate from here, so you kind of have to pop it out from the inside. Seems to be the easiest way to do it. Just get your finger in there and pop that out. Let's pop on this one. All right, so that's that one. That's actually not bad either. But I don't think I'm going to use this one. And there's the more neutral, which is probably the one I'm going to go with. Yeah. Look at that. God, that's so good. I mean, you know it's Michael Keaton just from the mouth plate. All right, and when you're all situated with everything, what you're going to want to do is take that front flap there and just slip it right behind the Bat logo and give a push down to lock everything in. Beautiful, there we go. So here's Batman in all his Batman glory. The first time we've seen Michael Keaton in a suit in decades. It was an absolute pleasure to see this man back into this uniform. Something I, for the first time, saw when I was 10. And then I got to see it again when I was in my 40s. Just an amazing time to be alive. Unfortunately, like I was saying, this cape is pleather. Fortunately, it is wired really, really nice. We've got wires around each of the main seams here, so you can really pose the heck out of this. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wires. There's nothing around the bottom though, which is absolutely fine. All of these are more than enough. Again, pleather. So this cape, unfortunately, you're gonna have to replace it after a while. This is not gonna hold up. I might even just make myself, I've done it a few times to a few of my other Batman figures. I might just have to make my own cape to display unless, maybe it'll hold up for years. I've had my Batman Returns figure for maybe, what is that? It's about 10 years. I forget exactly what that cape is made out of. I don't think it's this particular material, and that has held up pretty well over time. And the only thing with the wires, I also love the wires, but they don't drape very well. So I'm gonna have to probably make my own draping cape. So you always have to fiddle with the wires a lot just to get it to sit right. Zipping on around front. I mean, look at that. That looks incredible. That is just amazing looking. That is Michael Keaton's Batman all the way. Even the sculpting on here, they've got a lot of the little details and nuances of the sculpting and the plastic. Now this is more of a plastic kind of feel, and the suit is a totally different material. And again, I usually don't do it, but when you get up on inside, you can pose each one of the eyes. Moving on down to the suit, we do have the Bat logo, which is fixed to the actual chest plate. Now the chest pieces here, I don't know if you can hear that, but they are a plastic. They are not part of the suit itself. So we've got the shoulder pads here, they are plastic, and we've got the chest plate. It's all kind of Velcro together, and it is plastic on top of what feels, it's not a rubber. At least I don't think it is. It feels like some sort of vinyl-y material, which does give me some hope for posing and longevity of this suit. And the pants too, the pants half, they're definitely more of a vinyl-y feel rather than a rubber. I don't know, I really honestly don't know what this material is, but it definitely feels more of a thin vinyl material. Now the utility belt does feel like a sculpted plastic and everything is just kind of painted on. Now when you look on up here to the ab section, does that look familiar? That's based on, from what I could tell, the Batman Returns suit. It just looks like it's way more modified and modernized. I loved the Batman Returns suit, and this one just looks so much like it. Now around over here we have the gauntlets. These are a harder plastic, and they're not very sharp, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. They're not very pokey. And moving on down to the Nikes. You remember these in the 89, these were Nike shoes. They are a split cut, so we have the whole shin guard over here, and everything under that is its own piece. So you'll be able to get some decent posing and articulation out of that. Now just a quick run through of some articulation. We're not getting too much 90 degree over here. The suit, if you could see, is pulling pretty hard. So, it's the problem of these type of suits. There's not a lot of mobility. We do have some really decent bend in the elbow. We actually get some, at least a little bit of ab crunch. We get some backwards Not a whole lot of side to side. You know, these suits are, you know, they're just obviously very restrictive. And it sucks that I'm already pulling the suit a little bit, if you could see that right around here. So I'm gonna have to be careful on what I do. As far as the legs, we have a little bit of mobility. It doesn't seem to be too much. The knees, we get a good bend. And I showed you the shoes. We have a lot of articulation over there. So we can get a good like walking pose. This looks great, look at that. All right, let's try to get him to a couple of poses. I got his cape kind of flowing in the wind as he's just walking down the road. It's pretty cool. I really love wired capes. They may not drape very well, but you can really put them in some dynamic poses like this. Now again, I never ever try to push my own figures past what I feel these suits can go. I don't want to ruin them, I don't want to break them, I don't want the suits to tear. I want these figures to last as long as possible. So I really, even when I'm doing these videos, I try not to push things past what I feel might be their breaking points. All right, and just so everybody can see, this cape is insane. It does have all the wires on each one of the ribs as well, so you can kind of, you know, design that if you want, but I would just leave it like that because that's pretty much how it is in the movie. Just straight up, fully pleather, and you know, it probably won't last too many years if you're fiddling around with it a lot. The front panel here is double ply, so the pleather does flap around to the front halves there. But I gotta tell you, man, that is one hell of a statement piece if you want to put it on your shelf like this. It's really awesome, but you're gonna need a lot of wingspan to be able to fit this on your shelf. And I'm thinking maybe this is why they gave us that hip hugger connection for the stand, so you could be able to kind of put a little bit of a flight pose on it like I have here. The other cape's gonna go back on. I'm gonna put him in a simple museum pose just like all the other figures I have here, because I have about, I think, maybe 3 inches of space to be able to fit him into displays here, and I am gonna have a hard time just trying to figure out how I'm gonna get that stand in here. All right, my friends, that is about it. This is the 1/6 scale Hot Toys Batman modern suit from the Flash movie. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please help support the channel by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification button for upcoming videos. I have a lot of lightsabers coming up, and I have some more Hot Toys on the way, so I think you're gonna enjoy those. All right, I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there in the world. See ya.